Hey guys, yesterday we started our new lesson of comparing and contrasting two texts. And we were talking about the two pictures or the two posters that they had um, in the drawing, and we were comparing the ideas about them in a Venn diagram. So today we're going to look at page 326 and 327 in your reading workbook, and we're going to be comparing the two texts that you should have read already. They're social studies articles. One is Don't Feed the Animals, and the second one is Our Animal Friends. So after you've read the two and you've thought about, well, what is Don't Feed the Animals mostly about? You should know that then people should not feed animals people food is what this article is about. That you feed them, but don't feed them people food. And then what is Our Animal Friends? That is, people should take care of animals by not feeding them people food and by being careful when driving. Okay? So if you look at the box at the bottom of this, it says underline a sentence in each passage that tells an important point. So we need to look in both articles to figure out what is an important point that they're trying to make. And we just talked about that. So if I look in paragraph 1 of the first text, it says if we want to have healthy wild animals, then we can't give them people food. And the second article, again, look in the first paragraph, the very first sentence says, we need to take care of our animals. That's what this is, an important point in this article. So looking at the next page, it says, how do you compare and contrast the most important points in two texts on the same topic? So because you're thinking when they're on something different, then it's easy to find the differences. But when they're on the same topic and they have sort of the same points, how do we talk about comparing and contrasting? So we're going to use this Venn diagram they've set up for us to compare and contrast the most important points in the passage. So if I look at the first one, don't feed the animals, it says that people can make wild, I don't know if it blanked out for you guys. I'm sorry. It says food can make wild animals sick. So we need to have that in there because that was a very important point in that story. People food can make wild animals sick. Okay. So what about our animal friends? Okay, so this is how they're different. This is talking about how the people food can make wild animals sick. Well, this one over here mentions not the first article, but the second article also starts talking about be careful of animals while driving. Okay, and then both. What do they both have in common? Well, they both talked about if we go and we feed these animals, then who are they going to rely on to feed them? Us. And we don't want that. So feeding animals make them stop finding their own food, which can be bad. All right. So talk about it. So let's think about this question. What are the most important points in each passage? Use the information in the Venn diagram to talk about which points are the same in both passages and which are different. We talked about that. So if we turn over to page 332, we're going to do our short response for these two selections. All right, I'm getting there. Okay. What is an important point in Our Animal Friends that is not and don't feed the animals? Hint, look back at the sentences that you underline in both passages. So I'm going to do a part 2, but I'm going to give you a chance to write your response. And then when you go to part 2, you'll see what a good response would be. You can compare and contrast our responses to see what you should have had. Okay? So you do yours and then come back and check on mine in part 2.